So we're continuing our road trip through the songs of ascent. That's what this group of psalms are called. There's 15 of them, if I've counted that right. And yeah, I'm getting a nod from the vicar. That's good. That's good. There's 15 of them. And they're songs or psalms that the people of God used to sing on their trips up to Jerusalem, which they were required to make 3 times a year. And I wonder if you have a playlist that you put on when you're going on a long journey. You know, back in the day, because I'm that old, you'd have a mixtape. And it would be probably a C90 or something like that. And it'd have your favourite songs on, or probably it would have the kids' favourite songs on. More likely, because obviously, you know, you wanted to keep them quiet when you're on a long journey. And then in the 1990s, there were CDs. Who remember CDs? I mean, I know some people still buy CDs, believe it or not. And they had music. They had CDs. There was music for road trips. And the cover of this CD would be, you know, somebody would be there, 2 beautiful people in an open-top car. It would be a sunny day. They'd be going down an open road on this picture. But we all know the reality was much different from that, don't we? Particularly in this country. Because you were probably stuck on the M62 in the rain. Kids were screaming. The wheels on the bus was playing in the car for the 333rd time. And you were banging your head against the steering wheel. But these are all examples of songs for the road. These are all examples of songs that you've sung that meant something on your journey. And you've probably got something similar today. If you've got your phone, I'll allow you to take it out. You may have a music streaming service on there like Spotify or something like that. I've got Spotify on there for my music journeys. Does anybody want to share what was the last song they played? I mean, I'll share mine. I mean, this is genuinely, I was on a road trip on Friday. My family will confirm that. I went to Birmingham and back. The last song on there, this makes me sound really spiritual, is 10,000 Reasons by Matt Redman. That makes me sound really spiritual. That wasn't playing the whole trip, okay? I'll tell you that. Anybody else got, oh, hang on, Abby, what's yours? What's that?
Donald, where's your trousers?
Donald, where's your trousers? What a great song for a road trip. And I can just see them going up the Mount of Olives now, singing that. You know, so anybody else want to share what they've got on there? Sorry, Chris? The battle belongs to the Lord. That's definitely your last on your Spotify. Anybody else? Anybody? Oh, Helen, hang on, Helen. Yes. I'm hoping this is something really spiritual and not. No.
A real Brandon Lake banger. House of Miracles.
House of Miracles. House of Miracles by Brandon Lake. Anybody else want to confess what's on their Spotify playlist? What was the last song they played? I mean, I was hoping for something.
I'll tell you mine, shall I?
I was hoping for something a little bit embarrassing, you know, like the Cheeky Girls or Wakefield Saturday Night. Yes, Sharon, yes?
Mine actually was Wheels on the Bus.
Oh, yeah, go on then, Matthew. What's yours? I don't know what to think. What's that? Fleetwood Mac's greatest hits. Right, okay, all right, okay. But it's all very... Sorry, you're checking? You're checking, right. What, in case it's embarrassing? All right, okay. No, right, all right, okay. But you can see there's a variety of music there. And like I say, it strikes me that's all. They're all songs for the road. They're all songs that mean something when you've gone on a journey, whether that's by car, bus, plane, whether you've been walking or jogging. And the thing about today with your phone, obviously, if you don't fancy that song, you just skip to the next one, don't you? You don't go through them in order, anything like that. And that depends on your mood, obviously. So if you're stuck in a traffic queue and you're in an angry mood, you might put on a happy song or a calming song. And the song we're looking at today, Psalm 128. And the tagline we've been given is happiness. And Eugene Peterson, the guy behind the Message translation of the Bible, goes further and says, he doesn't just say happiness, he says enjoy the blessing, revel in the goodness. And you might be thinking, well, that's okay for you to say, you know. And I understand that, you know, I've got a good job, I've got a family that loves me, I think. I've got a house, I've got a car. And according to what the world says, that makes me happy. Because of that success, that makes me happy. I'm not sure it does, actually. And as Sharon will testify in a minute, it isn't always easy. And there are no shortcuts or tricks to receiving a life of blessing and happiness. Jesus knew this himself. And he began his ministry by the Sermon on the Mount. And I'm quoting from the Message version. And this is what Jesus said. You're blessed when you're at the end of your rope. With less of you, there is more of God and his rule. You're blessed when you feel lost. When you feel you've lost what is most dear to you. Only then can you be embraced by the one most dear to you. You're blessed when you're content with just who you are. No more, no less. That's the moment you find yourselves proud owners of everything that can't be brought. You're blessed when you've worked up a good appetite for God. He's food and drink in the best meal you'll ever eat. You're blessed when you care. At the moment of being careful, you find yourselves cared for. You're blessed when you get inside your world, your mind and your heart put right. Then you can see God in the outside world. You're blessed when you can show people how to cooperate instead of competing or fighting. That's when you discover who you really are and your place in God's family. You're blessed when your commitment to God provokes persecution. The persecution drives you even deeper into God's kingdom. Not only that, Jesus says, count yourselves blessed every time people put you down or throw you out or speak lies about you to discredit me. What it means is that the truth is too close for comfort and they are uncomfortable. You can be glad when that happens. Give a cheer even. For though they don't like it, I do, says Jesus. And all heaven applauds. And know that you are in good company. My prophets and witnesses have always gotten into this kind of trouble. Food for thought, I think you'll find. Sharon.
We stand here to testify that God blesses us. We know God's blessing. He has richly blessed us as family and as our lives together walking through him. So I was doing a little bit of research on this. And there were some notable surveys and reports done. So one of the ones that I picked up on last week was trials to show, is laughter the best medicine? And there was some think tank, they've been asking people, and they've come up with a solution. And they think that in actual fact, laughter is much better than any drugs or any have. It lifts your endorphins, it gives you good, positivity. Another thing that we can be pleased about is, according to the Church Times, last year they did another report, another in-depth expose, and it was about Keep the Faith, Mental Health in the UK. And they published an impact on faith in life. And it concluded that if you are a person of faith, you are a happier person. And if you are a member of a Protestant church, you are actually the happiest. We are top of the tree in something for once. That was amazing. So yes, so a life lived in faith brings you happiness. And that's directly because God blesses your life. If you follow God and live by his word, God blesses your life. So that's proof, if proof we need, that life of faith brings happiness and blessings. That as you give your faith to God, God will bless you from holy mountain Zion. The psalm also seems to say, if you walk in obedience to the Lord, if you have a wife, she will be fruitful and your children will be like olive shoots. On the whole, the lives of those with faith compared to others seems to be happier. God blesses us and has done and will continue to do over the years. But life, anyone's life, throws up challenges. And we've had our challenges over our lives. You know, if anybody tells you that it is easy to have a child with disabilities, I'm here to say it is not. You are constantly worrying when they're going to go to school. Are they going to get a diagnosis? Are they going to get schooling? What happens when they go to college? What happens when they're adults? Which time is it for him to leave us and live his own life? Because he can't live with us forever. These are all significant challenges that you face. But I'm here to tell you that at every stage, God has blessed us. We know God's blessing for Joshua. And we testify to that. He has been with us the whole time. Illness can strike in life, and cancer's a pretty big thing. And when you get diagnosed with cancer, you think this is bleak. How can God do this? And so you go on the walk with cancer, keeping your mind focused on God. And the end of the treatment really, really helps. And God blessed me through all of this. He blessed me with a peace, and he blessed me with a joy. A joy, can you even believe that? When you're going through something like cancer, it's a challenge, and God blesses us as a family. So sometimes happiness can come at a price. But if you've got faith, God will still bless you. Amen.
At a price, wow. But let me ask you a question. Don't we all want to be happy? We all want to be happy, don't we? We don't want to. Do we? Hello, anybody out there? We all want to be happy, don't we? Thank you, V. Yeah, we all want to be happy. So what's the answer? Well, I think we're here this morning, so I think we're nearly there, aren't we? And quoting again from our friend Eugene Peterson, he says, too many people are willfully refusing to pay attention to the one who wills our happiness and ignorantly supposing that the Christian way is a harder way to get what they want than doing it on their own. They are wrong. God's ways and God's presence are where we experience the happiness that lasts. It's not an easy road, as Sharon has testified. But Eugene Peterson says it's an easier way. Or as Psalm 128, verse 1 puts it, blessed are all who fear the Lord, who walk in obedience to him. Or happy are those who fear the Lord. Happiness, obeying God. Obeying God, happiness. And that, I think, seems to be the key to happiness. According to the Bible, it's as simple as that. And if you know that maybe you haven't been doing that this week, or maybe you haven't done that for a long time, maybe you've been walking away from God, maybe you've never walked towards God, well, now's the opportunity to do that. Now's the opportunity to walk towards God, to obey him, and begin on that road to a happier and hopefully a more fulfilling life.